Nurse? Am I going to lose my baby?
There is a risk, yes, but we are going to do everything possible to keep both of you safe.
Please, I need to tell my husband. He must be so worried about me. Could you please lend me your phone? I need to call him.
Of course. Go ahead and use it. Call your husband.
What? This can't be. Why is my husband's name saved in your phone?
This is my husband's number. Where do you know my husband from?
She was holding a stranger's hand in the emergency room when her phone buzzed. One name, her husband's name, coming from the phone of the woman lying in the bed in front of her. Sophia Mitchell set the phone on the bedside table. "I'll have someone else make that call," she said. Her voice was completely steady. She walked to the nurse's station, stared at the wall for 11 seconds, then called him from the break room. "Hey, Saf, isn't it late? Just checking in." "What are you doing?" "Watching something. Waiting for you." "Okay, I'll see you in the morning." She hung up, washed her face and went back to work. She drove home in the dark, lay beside Daniel while he breathed slowly next to her, and thought about the red heart emoji on a stranger's phone. In the weeks that followed, she noticed small things. Him stepping outside for calls he used to take in front of her. His laptop always closed when she walked past. He called her babe once. He had always called her Saf. The following weekend, he said he had a work trip to Miami. She kissed him goodbye. Then she called Grace. "I need your help. No questions until I'm ready." By Saturday, she had opened Daniel's laptop and found it. A second email account, minimized but not closed. 14 months, a woman named Mara Collins, and one sentence that split her open. "Tell me again that we're going to be a real family soon. I need to hear it." Then Grace found the lease. Houston, Texas. Daniel's name. 16 months, 2 dependents, 2 children, ages 4 and 2. She had been trying to get pregnant for 2 years. Fertility appointments, month after month. Daniel always held her hand and said, "We'll get there, Saf." And the whole time, his other children were already learning to walk. She called a lawyer on Monday morning. When Daniel came home Tuesday evening, she was at the kitchen table with the papers in front of her and a glass of water she hadn't touched. He stopped in the doorway. His bag dropped. She slid the papers across the table. "2 children in Houston. I know everything." He opened his mouth, closed it, then sat down slowly, like something inside him had given out. "I'm sorry," he said. "You held my hand in those waiting rooms," she said. Her voice was completely even. "For 2 years." He pressed his fists against his mouth. She stood, picked up her keys, looked at him one last time across the kitchen, the herbs on the windowsill, her graduation photo above the fireplace which he had hung there himself. "I hope she was worth it," she said. "Not cruel, not broken, just clear." Then she walked out. She moved in with Grace. She ran in the mornings before the city woke up, grieved in private, and then got up. A year later, at a dinner Grace insisted on, Sophia sat across from a man named Paul Warren and laughed until her stomach hurt. A history teacher, steady and unhurried. She told him everything. He took her hands and said, "That sounds exhausting and heartbreaking, and I'm glad you told me. Whatever the future looks like, I'm here for all of it." A doctor named Pauline reviewed Sophia's file and found what no one had caught. A quiet immune response, low-grade inflammation, low progesterone, each easy to miss alone. Together, enough to tip the balance every month. "Your body wasn't broken," Pauline told her. "It was responding to everything it had been carrying." 3 months into the new protocol, Sophia stood in her bathroom on an ordinary Thursday and looked down at the test. Positive. She slid down the wall and sat on the floor, looked up at the ceiling, and let herself cry. Not from pain, from relief so large she had no other word for it. Paul was in the hallway. He looked at her face and crossed the distance in 2 steps. She held up the test. "Hey," she said into his shoulder. "Hey," he said back. His voice broke on that one small word. The twins were born on a bright October morning. Luna came first, quiet and wide-eyed. Luke, 2 minutes later, gripped so tight the delivery nurse laughed through her tears. Paul bent down when Luke was placed on Sophia's chest, pressed his lips to her hair, stayed there completely undone, then cupped her face in his hands. "Thank you," he said, "for being you. For all of it." "You found me too," she said. Grace arrived 2 hours later, looked at the two small faces, and said nothing for a full minute. Then she said, "Sophia Mitchell." "Sophia Warren now," Sophia said. Grace laughed. "The kind that only comes at the end of a very long road." Sophia looked at Paul asleep in the chair and thought about the woman who had stood in a break room 3 years ago, stared at a wall for 11 seconds, then washed her face and gone back to work. That woman had been terrified, and she had not crumbled. Outside, Chicago stretched wide under an October sky, the city where she had learned what love was not. And here, in this quiet room, she was living proof of what it truly was: steady, patient, absolutely worth the wait.